You know those super rich people we see in movies? The ones with big houses and fancy cars? Well, guess what? Many of them started with nothing. I mean, they were really poor. Some didn't have enough food to eat. Some slept in their cars. Some couldn't even go to school because they had to work. Today, I want to share with you stories of 10 people who started with zero money. They had no rich parents to help them. No one gave them anything for free. But they worked very hard and never gave up on their dreams. And you know what's really cool? If you watch until the end of this video, I'll tell you the 5 special secrets that all these successful people used. These are simple secrets that anyone can follow, even you and me. So get ready to be inspired. Let's learn about these amazing people who went from having nothing to having everything. Number 10. Howard Schultz, Starbucks. Our number 10 is Howard Schultz, the man who made Starbucks a name we all know. His story starts from a very difficult place. He grew up in a poor housing project in Brooklyn. As a child, he saw his father face hard times. His dad lost many jobs after getting injured, and the family had no money when he couldn't work. This memory stayed with Howard forever. Later, while working at a different company, he found a small shop that sold coffee beans. Its name was Starbucks. Howard didn't just see coffee beans, he saw a big idea. He dreamed of a warm, friendly, third place for people. Not home, not work, but a comfortable spot in between. But turning this dream into reality was very tough. He had to ask 242 different people for money to start his business. Almost everyone said no, but he never gave up. He didn't just sell coffee, he sold a feeling of community, and that powerful idea made him worth $3.5 billion. Number 9. Jan Koum. At number 9 is Jan Koum, the brain behind WhatsApp. His journey is a true immigrant success story. He and his mother left Ukraine for the United States to build a better life. Life was tough there too. They lived in a small apartment, and to get by they depended on government food stamps for meals. To help his family, Jan started working early. By 18 he was cleaning floors at a local grocery store. But he was ambitious. In his free time, he taught himself computer networking from used books. His big moment came when he saw what Apple was planning, the App Store. He realized this would change how we use phones, so he created WhatsApp. It was a simple app that solved a simple problem, letting people message each other easily anywhere in the world, without expensive SMS charges. Because it was so useful, it spread like wildfire, from friend to friend. Its massive success caught the eye of Facebook, which bought it for a staggering $19 billion, making Jan a billionaire. Number 8. Ralph Lauren. Coming in at number 8 is Ralph Lauren, a name you see in malls all over the world. He wasn't always a famous designer. He was born Ralph Lifshitz in the Bronx, to a Jewish family that had immigrated to America. They didn't have much money. His first big break in fashion came from neckties. While working at a tie company, he had a new idea. At a time when skinny ties were popular, he decided to make wide, stylish ties. He sold them from a small drawer in an office. People loved them. Ralph Lauren wasn't just selling clothes, he was selling a dream, a feeling of being classic, wealthy, and adventurous. He sold a whole lifestyle. A major moment that made him famous was when he designed all the men's clothing for the famous 1974 movie, The Great Gatsby. Suddenly, everyone wanted his elegant, classic look. From that one drawer of ties, he built a global fashion empire that made him a billionaire. Number 7. Li Ka-shing. At number 7 is Li Ka-shing, a man who built a massive fortune from nothing. His life started with great hardship. His family fled from China to Hong Kong as refugees. Tragedy struck when he was just 15. His father passed away from an illness, leaving the family with nothing. Young Li had to leave school and work in a factory to support his mother and siblings. He worked tirelessly and saved every penny. With his savings of $6.500, he started his own business making plastic flowers. It was a small start, but he made it a success. He was also a very smart and brave investor. When everyone else was scared during the Hong Kong riots of 1967, and property prices fell very low, he used all his money to buy land. It was a risky move, but it made him incredibly rich when prices went back up. From that plastic flower factory, he kept growing his business into many areas: ports, stores, energy, and technology. He also became famous for his big heart, giving away more than $3 billion to help schools and hospitals. Number 6. Oprah Winfrey. Our number 6 is a woman everyone knows, Oprah Winfrey. Her childhood was very difficult. She was born to a young single mother, and was so poor she often wore dresses made of potato sacks. She moved between different family members and faced abuse from a young age. But Oprah had a special gift: her voice. She was a brilliant speaker and won prizes for it. This talent got her a job on the radio when she was just 17 years old. Her big break came when a TV station in Chicago asked her to host a failing morning talk show. Oprah transformed it. She talked to people about real life in a way no one had before, and soon, it became the most popular talk show in America. Oprah was also a very smart businesswoman. She did something no one had ever done. She took ownership of her own show. This meant she earned millions, not just a salary. She built her own company, Harpo Productions, started her own TV network, and made smart investments. She went from a poor little girl to one of the most powerful women in the world. Number 5. Leonardo Del Vecchio. At number 5 is Leonardo Del Vecchio, the man behind many of the world's most famous glasses. His life began with great sadness. He was sent to live in an orphanage because his widowed mother was too poor to feed and raise him on her own. He grew up without a family. As a young man, he learned a skill by becoming an apprentice in a metal workshop. There, while working with small metal parts, he noticed something interesting: the tiny hinges and parts used for eyeglass frames. He saw a big opportunity in this small item. He saved up and opened his own tiny workshop, making just the components for eyeglasses. His quality was so good that his business grew and grew. He didn't stop there. He began buying famous brands, like Ray-Ban and Oakley, and even the stores that sell them. Today, his company produces a staggering 8 out of every 10 major eyewear brands you see. From an orphan with nothing, he built a global glasses empire. Number 4. François Pinault. Our number 4 is François Pinault, a name you might not know, but you definitely know his luxury brands. His story begins with hardship and shame. As a boy, he came from a poor family, and his classmates made fun of him for being poor. This hurt him so much that he decided to leave school completely. He started his career in his father's timber business. With some help from his family, he eventually bought a small, struggling wood trading company. He worked hard and made it successful. But his real genius was knowing when to change. He saw a bigger future beyond wood. He brilliantly shifted his focus from timber to luxury fashion, buying famous brands at the perfect time. He then went on a shopping spree, acquiring some of the most glamorous names in the world like Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, and Balenciaga. From the boy bullied for his poverty, he built a massive luxury empire. He also became famous for his passion for art, building one of the largest private art collections in the world. Number 3. Larry Ellison. At number 3 is Larry Ellison, the fierce and brilliant mind behind the software giant Oracle. His life had a rocky start. He was born to a single teenage mother and was given to his aunt and uncle in Chicago to raise. He went to college but dropped out after his aunt, who had raised him, passed away. He tried a second university but left again after just one term. He moved to California and worked odd jobs while teaching himself computer programming. He was a talented coder and found work as a programmer, where he learned about database software. Seeing a major opportunity, he decided to start his own company. He used his life savings of $1, $200 with 2 partners, started a company with just $2,000 in total. They named it Oracle. Larry was not just a tech genius, he was an incredibly aggressive salesman. He would boldly promise customers technology that didn't even exist yet, trusting his team could build it in time. This risky, bold strategy, combined with his vision for technology, built Oracle into a multi-billion-dollar empire. Number 2. Sheldon Adelson. At number 2 is Sheldon Adelson, the king of casinos who built the famous Venetian resort. He grew up during the Great Depression in a very poor immigrant family. His father was a taxi driver from Lithuania, and money was so tight that as a child, Sheldon slept on the floor in a crowded apartment building. But he had a business mind from a very young age. When he was just 12 years old, he borrowed $200 from his uncle to buy a newspaper stand. He was already an entrepreneur. He tried many different businesses. He started with vending machines for toiletries, then moved on to organizing charter tours and creating a huge computer trade show called COMDEX, which made him his first fortune. His biggest move was buying the old Sands Hotel in Las Vegas. He knocked it down and built the Venetian, a massive casino and resort with canals and gondolas inside. This new idea changed Las Vegas. He then took his casino empire global, opening mega resorts in Macau and Singapore. These international bets made him one of the richest people in the world. Number 1. John Paul. And at our number 1 spot is John Paul DeJoria, whose story is the ultimate proof that it's never too late to start and never too low to rise. Before he became a billionaire, he was homeless. He was a single father living out of his old car with his 2-year-old son. His entire startup capital was just $700. He was no stranger to hard work. From a young age, he had sold newspapers and Christmas cards, and even gone door to door selling encyclopedias to help his family. His life changed when he teamed up with a hairdresser named Paul Mitchell. They started a hair care company with a $700 loan, money DeJoria got by putting his motorcycle up as collateral. Their genius strategy was to sell their products directly to hair salons. They didn't just sell shampoo, they built a family, teaching stylists how to grow their own businesses. This created a fiercely loyal community. After finding massive success with Paul Mitchell, he diversified, most famously by co-founding the ultra-premium Patron Tequila. From a man who once lived in his car, he became a self-made billionaire. So what can we learn from these 10 incredible journeys from poverty to billions? The good news is that their success wasn't just luck. They all followed patterns that we can use in our own lives. Here are 4 powerful, simple lessons you can start applying today. First, and most importantly, start with what you have, right now. Don't wait for the perfect time, more money, or a better idea. Howard Schultz started with the idea of a single coffee shop. Jan Koum used his free time to learn coding from used books. Look around you, you already have something to start with today. Second, focus on solving a real problem. Look at WhatsApp, it saved people from expensive SMS charges. Paul Mitchell gave hairdressers high-quality products they could rely on. The biggest successes come from making people's lives easier or better. Find a genuine pain point and fix it. Third, you must embrace the hard work and the grind. Every single one of these billionaires faced massive rejection and failure. Larry Ellison was told no countless times. Oprah Winfrey overcame a traumatic and impoverished childhood. The struggle isn't a sign to quit. It's the necessary training for your future success. And finally, think in decades, not days. Building real wealth and a lasting legacy doesn't happen overnight. John Paul DeJoria was in his late 30s and homeless before he even started Paul Mitchell. Be patient, stay consistent, and keep your eyes on the long-term goal. Remember, you don't need a rich family or a lucky break. You just need to start, solve, persevere, and be patient. Your own journey begins now. And there you have it. 10 billionaires who started with absolutely nothing. From the homeless father living in his car to the orphan who built a glasses empire, their stories send one powerful message: your current circumstances do not define your final destination. What truly matters is what you do next. The biggest barrier between you and extraordinary success isn't money, connections, or luck. It's simply the decision to begin. So I have to ask you, which of these stories inspired you the most? Was it Oprah's resilience or John Paul DeJoria's determination? Let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway from this video is. And if you're ready to take that first step, you're in luck. In our next video, we'll break down a simple, step-by-step plan on how you can apply these exact principles to your own life. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Your journey to success starts now.